Hi, this is Mark News from Plant Talk Radio. Thanks for subscribing and listening to our podcast, Your Gardening Questions from Plant Talk Radio. To help keep this podcast free, we're partnering with Stoke Seeds. More than just a listing of vegetable and flower seeds, the Stoke Seeds website is a complete resource center with valuable information on seed starting, planting, and harvesting, plus all the gardening accessories you need to make your garden the envy of the neighborhood. Pre-order your free 2018 gardening guide today from stokeseeds.com, cultivating successful growers for generations. We'll have more to come from Stoke Seeds in the next few weeks. Now, on to today's question. As long as we're discussing watering, I'm going to give you a chance to talk about one of your favorite topics, and that is outdoor winter watering.
That's right. It is a favorite topic. Let's go with a basic. Plants need water. It's been understood for a long time, at least in the most part. Now, comes winter watering time. Yes, the plant needs water. It needs its roots, however, to be moist, not wet. The tops of our plants are dormant outdoors. They're doing essentially nothing. Now, that's not quite correct, but darn close to nothing. Now, the soil has little fissures in it. You look at soil, it looks solid as a rock, but you put water on it, and all of a sudden, after the surface tension is broken, that water disappears down. Well, what does it go down into? It goes down into these wee, tiny little vessels in the soil, way smaller than what we can see. And then, if that is the case, and in that it is indeed the case, cold can go right down those little tubes too. Now, if you have watered to the point of soil moisture being, let's just say, ideal, and then the soil freezes, it will then close these little vessels because water expands 9 to 11% when it freezes, closes these little vessels and shuts out some of the cold from penetration in the first place. And then cold will penetrate that soil slowly and surely, for certain, if it's 20 degrees or below. And yet it will be slowed very measurably. There will be freeze. It can freeze down in terms of construction in Ohio. You have to build everything on a 36-inch foundation because the freeze can go that deep in the ground. Not often, but it can. So we want to stop that freeze from being rapid. Then also, when the soil is moist, the thawing will be slowed. And to slow both ends of that reaction will save plant roots. Then also, bearing in mind that water freezes at 32, it can, in terms of a physics problem, can be taken down to minus degrees way minus degrees. But in our normal outdoor setting, it's going to go down to, let's just say 31 degrees. At 31, roots are still safe. In 10th degree increments below 31, those roots start to die on the biggest, oldest, best plants we have. So we want to slow that process down. We want to keep the water in the soil so it does freeze at 32, becomes a fantastic insulator, and our plants will be happy as clams until spring and then reward us with their smiles, their bright colors, and so on come spring.
Thanks again for listening to the podcast. If you have a question for Fred, go ahead and email us, fred@planttalkradio.com. And for the best selection of vegetable, flower, and herb seeds available, go to www.stokeseeds.com. Pre-order your free 2018 gardening guide today from stokeseeds.com. Cultivating successful growers for generations.